Welcome back to our final instalment of action from the Ultimate Karting Championship. At the last round at Rowrah, one of our biggest grids from the opening round, the Iame Cadet class, was absent as we clashed with another race series. But they're back for round 3, and I'm pleased to say I had a catch-up with championship leader Zach Drummond. At the final in round 1, it was anyone's race going into the closing stages, and Zach pulled off a move in the last corner that saw him take the win.
They've got to be careful into the boot. This is where it's all going to get settled. The long way round the outside comes Morgan Moore to the inside of Wolf. Wolf drifts wide on the grass. Drummond and Edgar on the inside. They've got them. Drummond and Edgar are through into first and second. They're going to take it all.
I had a chat with him and asked him what it was like in the latter stages of that race and what it felt like to take the win.
In round 1 at the UKC at Wilton Mill, the race was really good for me as I dropped down to 13th at the first corner after the Battenberg flag, and then I made a massive mistake, so I had to try and come back from that. And then into the last corner I was 4th place, and then coming out of it I got first, and I'm like, what's going on here? I don't know what's happened, but it's really good because I came from 13th to 1st, and it's quite a good achievement. If you see a gap, you just need to go for it. If it's for the win, just have to go.
Tell me a little about Larkhall. What's the circuit like? Would you call this a fast circuit or a technical circuit? What's the key to doing well here?
The circuit here at Larkhall is technical on the infield, as there's very tight corners. It's quite a flowy track. There's a lot of straights, and it's a good track, I think.
Are there any other drivers under the Fusion tent here who are also racing cadets who you think might give you trouble? Are there any cadets who you think are going to be chasing you this weekend?
It's just everybody's got a chance in the tent.
Yeah.
Like, they're all fast in this tent.
Do you have any drivers that you really enjoy watching and you think, he's my favourite driver, or I want to be like that guy when I'm older?
I'm a big fan of Lando Norris because he's British and he's quite funny like me, and he's just an amazing driver as he came from karting as well.
All right, well listen Zach, best of luck for the weekend and thanks for talking to us.
Thank you.
So time for some action from Iame Cadet. Thrills and spills galore. It's going to be Zach Drummond and our cameraman Jacob Ashcroft. Morgan Moore and Sky Parker, Ethan Woodward and Blair Smith from Gorski, Ackerman, Gibson and Graham. 10 drivers, plenty of racetrack to play with here at Larkhall. Let's race! Once again, it's the odd side of the grid, the inside line that gets the better start, but Ashcroft is keeping his foot in and gets a good run round the outside. That keeps him in 3rd position as Morgan Moore goes for the lead, and also through gets Ashcroft. So Moore is into the lead, Ashcroft in 2nd, Zach Drummond is pushed down to 3rd, but let's be fair, Zach Drummond knows this place better than most. He is the Scottish charge, so this is definitely going to be a happy hunting ground if he's got anything to say about it. Ashcroft's going for the lead though, Drummond alongside Moore. Moore is keeping his foot in and cuts across on Zach Drummond. You are not having an easy overtake on me today. Morgan Moore into P2 and doing a great job to fend off from Zach Drummond. Excellent.
No easy places being made up in this championship, or this class particularly, not with these drivers out front. Jacob Ashcroft, we've not seen him at the head of affairs this season. It's been a really difficult season for him, very up and down. I know there's been a few social media posts from his dad who's been a little bit frustrated by what's been going on, but we know Jake from when we filmed him previously in other championships, he is absolute top quality himself. So not a surprise to see him out front. He'll be delighted to be where he is. Let's see if he can stay there.
And 2021 is definitely going to be a coming-of-age season. Look at the way that the tyres are graining already on that side as here comes Morgan Moore up the inside, and through 2 goes Zach Drummond. But already the pressure is rising amongst these 3, and now they've all had a turn at the lead of the race, and now Jacob Ashcroft is already having to go defensive from Sky Parker. And Ethan Woodward is in there as well. So too is Jensen Graham, who has already worked his way forward. So the top 6 are already starting to get clear. We've got Gorski and Smith, who are still very much in their infancy within the Fusion Motorsport awning as cadets. Up the inside goes Drummond. Drummond gets the lead off Moore. So Moore doesn't quite manage to lead going across the line, but he has definitely been the 3rd different leader of this race. The stats won't show it because they only give you the lap lead once you come over the line, of course. So Morgan Moore has got to make sure he's leading the race when he comes out of the final turn if he wants to join the lap leaders. But he's definitely taken his turn at the front. Jensen Graham bangs in the fastest lap as he closes up on the 4th place driver, Sky Parker, the young lady from just over the Welsh border. Very much a Chester goer many, many times, of course, and Sky Parker building up her credence and ability as she continues to develop. Jensen Graham on the inside line. That'll do nicely to get himself into 4th position. But Morgan Moore is still building up to get himself back into the lead of this race from Ashcroft. Then it's Graham, Parker and Ethan Woodward.
If you like motorsport with lots of overtaking, you're in the right place, because karting is where it's at. It's the most exciting form of four-wheel motorsport. Those of us that have been in the sport for a while know that, of course. You may be new to karting, and if you are, you're very welcome.
Yes, and it's an absolutely incredible discipline. It doesn't matter where you go in the sport either. You can do it at local level, national, regional, intercontinental, up to the European and World Championships. The sport stays pure and it stays ruthless and incredibly exciting. And let's not forget, these guys are as young as 8 years old in the cadets. They are a couple of millimeters off the ground, pounding around apex to apex, and the acceleration of these karts is phenomenal when you consider the power to weight ratio. These guys are preparing themselves for the pinnacle of karting as well as the pinnacle of any form of motorsport.
Yeah, they all want to go to Formula One, of course, but we know as a fact that not many of them will. If one or two do, that will be not necessarily a surprise from the UK, because we know we're constantly producing top quality drivers.
Absolutely.
And there's plenty of mechanics in this paddock, by the way, that would have been Formula One world champion, except the fact they never got a chance in the Formula One car.
Totally correct. Yeah, absolutely. The drivers really starting to tighten up here in the top 6. Drummond, Moore, Ashcroft, Graham, Parker, Woodward. 6 incredible young talents that are going to have such a big future in karting. A lot of these could go the way of the Grand Prix one day. Kart Masters is obviously coming up a week from now. These guys want to be there, and this is going to be an interesting charge now from Ashcroft up the inside line. Here we go, making the way through. Nicely done on the inside of Morgan Moore. Morgan Moore's got to be careful, because here comes Jensen Graham now up the inside. That'll do nicely. P3.
Sky Parker in the mix as well in 5th place. That's Zach Truman picked out the championship leader. Sky Parker, another one of the young ladies doing well.
Nicely done from Morgan Moore. He lost the place a corner ago and then felt, you know what, I'm not settling for that. I'm getting straight back on with this. Into 3rd position. That has opened up a little bit of a gap back to Jacob Ashcroft in 2nd place. So now Ashcroft is going to try and deal with Zach Drummond. Sky Parker for Team Ultimate R, currently running in 5th position. Doing an excellent job, Sky Parker, and having a really good run of things at the moment. She's currently in Fusion colours, but of course is coached very, very rapidly by the Hinchleys. Both Ben and Matty looking after her. Oh, side by side. Jensen Graham having a look as we look at his details on the screen, trying to make his bid to get through on Morgan Moore. And is there going to be a chance now from Jacob Ashcroft? He's definitely building up to it. There's Ethan Woodward. He is getting very close to the tail of Sky Parker's kart, and is looking for a move or two of his own now. So Drummond, Ashcroft, Moore, Graham, Parker, Woodward try and separate these 6. It's going to be tough. Oh, Jensen Ackerman just stabs on the brakes a little bit too much. The rear wheels lock, and it's so easy to spin the kart around.
Yeah, unfortunate for Jensen. It's a long way back from there, but he'll learn from the experience. As long as you learn something from your weekend, then the weekend's not been a complete failure.
Nice move from Graham. And that's a very daring overtake in the first corner as well to get his foot stuck in. And you're absolutely right. You know, these guys at these levels, they're still pushing. The adrenaline is running high. They're obviously pushing their limits. They're trying to get better all the time. Sky Parker now down to 5th position, obviously behind Moore, is gesturing to Moore to get on with this. They're going to try and move forward. Sky Parker up the inside into 4th. Good run. That is an excellent textbook overtaking move. And you're right about them learning all the time, as Morgan Moore now gets back up the inside of Sky Parker to take back the position. But you're right, they do learn, they make mistakes. I've seen quite a few drivers of late of this sort of class and this sort of age. You know, they still get the emotions running. They still get the adrenaline pumping, and you get a decent result. These are the guys that if the front fairing is loose, maybe they will just think, oh, I really want that result. And they'll try and get the front fairing straight again. I've had it a couple of times over the past few weeks where drivers do this, particularly on the continent when the pressure is sky high. but this is the age where you learn to come back from those mistakes. You learn to build, you regroup, you learn what's going to work, you learn what's not, and these are the character building years that make you world class.
Yep, there's another move for a place. Has he made it stick? No, not quite. That is the 83 kart.
Oh, here we go.
Ethan Woodward.
Ashcroft takes the lead. Ashcroft dives in on Zach Drummond. Nicely done there in that same right-hand sweeper onto the new section of the course. So Jacob Ashcroft takes the lead of the race, and that's the second time in this final. Sorry, he has hit the front. I can't keep up. A brilliant run there from Jacob Ashcroft into the lead. And Zach Drummond is going to have to try and find something special again to get past the young man from Oliver Rowland Motorsport into the final hairpin. He's not waiting around. Gets through into the position, but this is going to back them into the pack. They've got to be careful. They can swap the lead as many times as they want, but they've got to be aware that here comes Morgan Moore on the inside of Jensen Graham. They're squabbling as well. The more times you battle for the lead, the more time you're going to lose. You're going to back yourselves into these four, and it becomes a sextet of drivers, 6 drivers battling away for the victory.
There's another move, or an attempted move anyway, it's not quite worked, but as you say, Jake, if they battle for the lead, it allows the 4 behind to get closer, but they're pulling away at the moment. Still some time on the clock, so they may work together for another minute and a half or so before they have another go. But Jacob Ashcroft, this is the best performance we've seen from him this season. We know what he's capable of, Jake. We've seen him before in other championships. We know he's top quality. But he just needs a result. You feel that he just needs a result this season just to turn his season around. Can he get it today?
Well, that's it. All it takes at Iame Cadet level is that one perfect weekend. And I keep saying this to drivers, to mechanics, and to parents alike. You know, keep digging. All it's going to take is that one weekend when the result comes together. It may be this weekend, it may be next weekend, whatever it's going to be, but all you need is that one big result. And that's when it changes everything. It's like a light switch, and everything just suddenly comes together. The driver feels, right, okay, I am that good. I can be at the front. I am that fast. And that's when everything changes. They go from being a reasonably good racer to a top performer every time. Sky Parker just gets her move there on the inside of Jensen Graham. That's another confidence-boosting move for Sky Parker. Now comes Jensen Graham back on the inside line. Great battles in the top 6. Every single move, a great one at the moment. No sloppy driving from these 6 at all. They are digging deep and finding momentum and opportunity in spades. Morgan Moore just trying to get that quartet back up to the leading duo as he controls the pace at the moment. Graham and Parker swapping 4th place a couple of times, and Ethan Woodward is just staying in this battle.
You know, Gorski and Blair Smith trying to catch them, but it's a long way back from there. I don't think they're going to get onto the back of them.
Sky Parker just looking around her, keeping herself nice and aware to see where Ethan Woodward is. Can I attack Jensen Graham on this lap with a little bit of safety? And the answer is yes, she can. But Jacob Ashcroft is building back up to Zach Drummond. He's timing it nicely here. He doesn't want to push too hard. He's gaining ground. He knows that Drummond's gone a little bit loose. He doesn't go for the overtaking move.
I'm surprised there. I thought that was an opportunity. Didn't take it, and the clock is running down. He's running out of time here, so he's going to have to make a move for the win. I mean, he's had such a season this season. I don't think he was going to accept, in the position he's in at the moment, he's not going to go away from here with a 2nd place trophy thinking, what a great weekend I had. Finally, I got on the podium. He's going to be thinking, I need a win.
Well, they do say, don't they, that good things happen in small stages, great things happen all at once, and this could be greatness emerging for Jacob Ashcroft. He comes off the hairpin. This is going to be a brilliant opportunity if he can make it happen. Zach Drummond, of course, has been winning races. He knows how to control this pace. But Jacob Ashcroft, being the man behind him, makes him an unknown quantity. Makes him a little bit more of a worry, almost like a fly dicing around you in a hotel room. Where are you going to go? Where are you going to pick me off?
Zach Drummond is, as we know, Jake, he's also a serial winner, but he's the championship leader. So he will have that in his mind as well. I don't need to get taken out by defending too aggressively. If Ashcroft throws one down the inside, for the sake of his championship lead, he's almost got to give him it.
Yeah. Now they come for... Oh, hang on. There is a technical flag. That's the
Graham.
27. That's Jensen Graham. Now Jensen Graham is running in the top 6. Now let's have a look at his kart. Is there anything obvious? It could be a chain guard. It could be something as minimal as that. but Jensen Graham has been given the technical flag. Now that means he's got to come into the pits to figure out what it is, and then obviously, oh, it's the rear bumper! The rear bumper's loose at the back! That's the reason. Jensen Graham has got a loose rear bumper. What a shame.
What an absolute sickener.
Oh, Jensen Graham.
And he won't know either. He probably doesn't feel it.
Nope.
He's probably thinking, what is that for?
Oh, Jensen. He was doing such a good
got
job
to
as
come
well.
in, even if he thinks, well, I don't think there's anything wrong with my car. I'm going to stay out. You can't do that. You've got to come in.
Yeah, he's in fourth
Otherwise,
position.
you'll get excluded for ignoring flags.
Oh, it's such a shame. Jensen Graham is going to have this result taken away. Drummond is starting to defend now. As a result of Ashcroft getting close now, we're going to go into the last lap. Jensen Graham does continue, so he's going to hope he can blank it in the office afterwards.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the race is on. Drummond versus Ashcroft. Here we go. Ashcroft is stepping up the attack. Drummond is parking the inside apex nicely. So this is going to be close. Morgan Moore's going to step up the attack now. Sky Parker closing up on Jensen Graham. Graham's actually trying to look to see if there's anything wrong with his car as he continues on. It's the rear bumper, Jensen. You won't know that. Here's Drummond on the inside. Ashcroft trying to sweep around. Morgan Moore's got good momentum. He could get in a second here. Ashcroft's going to try. Up to the hairpin. And this is going to be tight. Moore is trying to come around the outside of Ashcroft as well. Ashcroft right in behind Drummond. Drummond is going to protect this inside line like crazy. They touch each other. Moore is down the inside. Ashcroft waits, gets on the power, drives past them both, and Parker is through as well. Brilliant from Ashcroft. Wisdom from Sky Parker, just waiting for the chance. Moore down on the inside of the final turn, drifts wide. Drummond's going to get the podium, but it's Ashcroft who wins from Sky Parker and Zach Drummond. Graham fourth over the line from Morgan Moore and Ethan Woodward. Amazing from Ashcroft, beats Sky Parker to the flag. Drummond is third from Morgan Moore and Ethan Woodward. Sadly, Jensen Graham was disqualified in scrutineering, so that promotes Gorski, Smith, Gibson and Ackerman. But for Jacob Ashcroft ahead of Sky Parker, that's game-changing confidence for those two. Welcome to the big show.
Well, how about that for those cadets racing there? Zach Drummond doing everything he could for the whole of that race, trying to keep Jacob Ashcroft at bay, but in the finish, a little move on this, second to last corner here, and suddenly Jacob was in the lead and took the wind, and Sky Parker picks up the second step of the podium. Well done to her. Let's go and join Jacob then at the podium and see what he had to say.
Jacob, it's been a bit of a tough season for you. You've been up and down all season, but today, what a fantastic result. Great final. Just talk us through the final.
Yeah, it was a good race. At the start, I got a good start, managed to slot in on third, and I followed in Morgan Moore, number 93, into the back corner over there, and he went for a move on Zach Drummond, and I followed him through, and then Zach got me back, and then I went for a move on Morgan and pushed away with him, and Morgan managed to catch us at the end, and on the last lap he went for a move on me and Zach at the same time, and it pushed him and Zach wide, and I managed to get the cut back, and I managed to finish the race in first.
Took the win. Fantastic. Who do you want to thank for your weekend?
My mum, my dad, and SFR for letting us go in the awning for the weekend.
Okay, well done.
Well, that could be the turning point in the championship for Jacob Ashcroft and Sky Parker. Zach Drummond is still the championship leader, but now Ashcroft and Parker have got their seasons off to a decent run. Morgan Moore is still in the hunt for the title as well. Ethan Woodward, and if Lewis Rowell returns, he's going to be fighting for it too. Plenty still to do.
So another round of the Ultimate Karting Championship comes to a close, and what a weekend it's been. The Summerlee circuit here at Larkhall really didn't disappoint. Next time you join us, it'll be for round 4, and the racing will be coming from the stunning North Wales circuit that is Glannygores. So I really do hope you can join us then. But for now, from all of us here in Scotland, see ya.